Good evening. Welcome to the December 12th Valley View School Board meeting. At this time, I'd ask you all to rise, and Mr. Badouros will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Let's see. Board affirmation statement. Who has it up on their computer? Would care to read it?
Debbie's got it.
Debbie? Secretary Sikora, if you would, please.
Our mission is to empower all learners to be college and career ready and to develop, grow, and achieve as productive citizens.
Thank you. Dr. Mitchum, the agenda.
Yes, Mr. Quigley, I'd like to ask that the board approve the agenda as presented.
Motion?
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. This time I would like to ask Mr. Victor Zach to join us at the podium and my fellow board members to join us at the podium. Oh, need a motion. I'm sorry.
I make a motion to appoint Victor Zach.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Now, let's go down there and have Vic come up here and everybody go over there. For those of you who don't know, we're swearing in a new board member tonight at this meeting. You want to do this with the microphone, or just do it? He can talk into the microphone.
You can talk, it's fine. I state your name,
I, Victor Zach,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of member of
of member of
the Board of Education
the Board of the Education
of Valley View Community Unit School District
of Valley View Community Unit School District
365U
365U
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the laws of the State of Illinois,
and the law of the State of Illinois,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I further swear that
I further swear that
I shall respect taxpayer interests.
I shall
I shall
Respect
taxpayer interests
taxpayer interest
by serving as a faithful protector
by serving as a faithful protector
of the school district's assets.
of the school district's assets.
I shall encourage and respect
I shall encourage and respect
the free expression of opinion
the free expression of opinion
by my fellow board members
by my fellow board members
and others who seek a hearing before the board,
and others who seek a hearing before the board,
while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall recognize that a board member
I shall recognize that a board member
has no legal authority as an individual,
has no legal authority as an individual,
and that decisions can be made
and that decisions can be made
only by a majority vote
only by a majority vote
at a public board meeting.
at a public board meeting.
And I shall abide
And I shall abide
by majority decisions of the board
by the majority decisions of the board
while retaining the right
while retaining the right
to seek changes in such decisions
to seek changes in such decisions
through ethical and constructive channels.
through ethical and constructive channels.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And for your headache and trouble, you get this lovely award. Next on the agenda, the Treasurer's Information Report. Mr.
Treasurer's
Zaffi.
Action Report 6.1 is the monthly report including the financials, balance sheet, summary of revenue and expenditures, as well as the interim obligation payments, including a debt service payment this month. Total interim obligations for November 2016, $30,417,376.57 for action this evening.
Motion to approve Treasurer's Report number 1.
So moved.
Motion, seconded.
Second.
All those in favor say, oh, I'm sorry, we're spending money. We have to roll call vote, please.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach? Member Peril?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes.
The schedule of bills for December 2016 includes representations from 5 different funds. Total bills payable, $2,642,191.57, also for your action this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach? Member Peril?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes.
Summary of investments, property taxes received, a state funding update, as well as the school trust account activity for October are included for information only. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
Anybody have any questions? Next. Anything on the school funding update there?
No, we are approaching the 180-day, I guess it's law that says the state must distribute funds owed by 180 days. That would be December 31st. We are owed a little over $4 million from June 30, which was the conclusion of the last fiscal year. Not sure what's going to happen if and when that date comes to pass, other than some schools threatening legal action against the state. I'm not sure what good would come of that, but it will be interesting to see if they distribute that money prior to the end of the calendar year here. So,
The state of Illinois has a current budget that is going to expire at the end of this calendar year because they had a short-term budget agreement. Who knows what's going to happen moving forward? You read the papers just like everybody else, I assume, or hear it on the radio or TV. They have a enormous problem, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. They are $7 billion behind just in paying their normal and operational bills. General Assembly members are feeling the pinch as well. They haven't been paid since April. So this is a widespread, deeply cutting situation. And the governor was on the radio today saying that he would like to move forward with a budget, but he needs a few reforms that he would like to have in there. And there have been ongoing meetings. I'm not sure if they met today or not, but there have been the budgeteers and the designees from the House and Senate and the governor's staff have been trying to meet on a fairly regular basis since the end of veto session. And whether or not they come to some kind of an agreement between now and the end of the year, or at the very beginning of next year when they go into a lame duck session and then into a new General Assembly, remains to be seen. But it's going to be a very tense situation for service providers, universities, high school districts across the state. Our school district, we are $8.382 million behind, or they are in what they owe us. At some point, that becomes problematic, to say the least. When does that start to affect us, Gary? March? April? March?
I think we'll be okay to conclude the fiscal year, but it will warrant certainly very close monitoring as we continue to progress. If we don't receive any of our categorical payments, 8 grows to 12, grows to 16, and it'll be a very close call come June.
So if you have the opportunity to talk to your state reps and senators, you might want to import to them the importance of coming to some kind of resolution and into a greater picture, a better funding mechanism in general for education, particularly high school, grade school, K through 12 education in Illinois. They can fight it out for themselves at the university level, but we have a funding problem that puts us at a disadvantage with just about every other state in the United States. So, and it's not right, and it's not something that just popped up overnight. This has been known and well documented for a long time, and it's now just finally reached to a point where something has to be done, and hopefully cooler heads will prevail, and they'll put some partisan politics beside and do the right thing for the kids and the families of Illinois. All schools trust activity, you've already, okay, we're good? Consent agenda items. Dr. Mitchum.
Yes, Mr. Quigley. I'd like to ask that the board approve consent agenda items 7-1 through 7-6. 7-1 board meeting minutes for November 21st, 2016. 7-2 executive session meeting minutes, November 21st, 2016. 7-3 trips for Martinez Middle School, Brooks Middle School, Romeoville High School, and Bolingbrook High School. 7-4 fiscal year 2015-2016 audit. 7-5 resolution number 1565, approving Will County Transportation Consortium intergovernmental agreement for contracting transportation employee testing services. And 7-6 gifts for Independence Elementary School and Irene King Elementary School.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
Yes.
Member Perro?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Student and staff recognition. All-state academic, All-America, what do you got? Illinois High School Association academic all-state members. RHS Athletic Director Mike Strode, if you would please, Mr. Strode. And introduce your athlete and your academic All-American.
Well, good evening, President Quigley. I want to start off by saying congratulations to Mr. Zach. You're a fine person, and happy to see you up there on the board right now. Before I get going here, I'm going to be calling Coach Gibson to the stand here to talk about a very special young man. Mr. Scott Adario here has been awarded by the IHSA Academic All-American, and I'm not sure if people know what that really means. That award goes out and is presented by, like I said, the IHSA to 13 male individuals throughout the year. So there's only 26 total, 13 males throughout the year that receive that. He had to attain and keep a 3.5 GPA or higher for 7 consecutive semesters, as well as perform on the fields of play, which happens to be the football field. And as well, part of their criteria is to be an upstanding citizen in your community, which I can attest to Scott's demeanor in the hallways and how his peers look upon him as a leader. So without further ado, to give you a little bit more insight about Scott Adario, Coach Gibson.
Thank you. I have a tendency to drone on as a coach, so I'll be brief, as I promised my athletic director. Scott Adario is one of the finest young men I've met in high school coaching. I've coached football for about 10 years. I'm a Romeoville guy. I grew up in Romeoville. This is my elementary school. I think my 5th grade class is probably right over there. And I've had the pleasure of getting to play football a number of places. I played at the university. I went to Romeoville High School, graduated, played at the University of Notre Dame, then played for the Steelers and the Bengals. And the one thing that you see throughout your travels is certain people just have certain qualities in which you know they're going to be successful. Coach Strode mentioned that Scott had to carry for 7 semesters a 3.5 grade point average. Scott has a cum of 4.2? 4.2 grade point average. And so this young man is indicative to me of what a Romeoville kid is. He is a citizen that we all aspire to be, having grown up in this town. Scott, what junior high did you go to? He went to Lackenzick. Okay, I went to Avito, which was then Westview, so I'm not going to hold that against you. But Scott is a first-class young man. It was funny as I was standing loitering next to the large, bald gentleman in there. I was reading the wall, and it said that if you work with your hands, you're considered a laborer. If you work with your head in your hands, you're considered a craftsman. And on the football field, there was no better craftsman than this young man. Scott was our center. Scott was a 2-year varsity starter. Scott also, under my encouragement, decided to join the wrestling program. Didn't go so well. But he got out there and fought, and he represented Romeoville High School well. And as far as a craftsman, the young man is uncompromising. I'm probably saying all these flowery words because I'm going to end up working for Scott one day. But funny story with Scott is we were in practice. I don't know if he remembers this. And it was around the time of all the flag protests, right? So I choose to give my team a little history lesson. So I'm going through history and American history, and I quote a date of the Emancipation Proclamation. I was wrong. Guess who corrected me? You think I would know that, right? But that's the kind of young man he is, and he's going to be a success throughout his life. To me, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So I want to honor two people that mean a lot to him and meant a lot to me. Mr. and Mrs. O'Dary, can you please stand up? You guys are the reason
Why don't you guys come up for a picture too?
Why Scott has been so successful. His younger brother, Sean, he is convinced to be my manager next year. And Sean is also a very good student. As long as we took care of that B, right? Right, Sean? We took care of it? All right, cool. So, without further ado, I'd like to present Scott with the IHSA All-State Certificate of Achievement. And thank you. You're a shining example. I wish I had 10 more Scotts. He's a great athlete. He worked his tail off in the weight room. He's got several universities courting him. Because he wants to be an engineering major, it's a little tricky. He's probably not going where I want him to go, but it's all good. Thank you.
Next up, Assistant Athletic Director Ben Williams from BHS.
Good evening. I will be brief. Good evening, Dr. Mitchum, members of senior leadership, Board President Quigley, and members of the school board. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce John Ivelo, Bolingbrook High School's head football coach, to honor our two all-state football, or honorable mention all-state football players.
And I'm serious when I say this. When Oliver was leaving, I said, way to make me look bad. I can't top that speech. That was a great speech, and it sounds like a great young man right there. So my turn to brag. I've got two of our own here we're going to honor tonight, and they've been selected by the Illinois High School Football Coaches Association as members of their honorable mention all-state team. The way it works for Coaches Association, they just select the 22 best players regardless of position, and there is no second, third team. You're either the first team or you're the honorable mention. So they didn't make the first cut, but a lot of times record has to do with that too. So they made the second cut, which is still a great honor because that's voted for by coaches throughout the state of Illinois. And unfortunately, you can't vote for your own kids. So no politics involved here. First gentleman, my son, John Ivelo, 3-year varsity starter for the Bolingbrook Raiders. It was a pleasure coaching him. He probably doesn't like the fact that he played for me when I coached his position. That's why I switched positions for his final year because, we won't just talk about that anymore. Let's just say I got away with saying things that I would never dream of saying to any other kids. But John's got a couple scholarship offers on the table. He has not decided which one he's going to take yet. But when we do come back in February, I'll be happy to share that with all you guys where our kids are going, and there'll be several more besides these two. So, John Ivelo with the certificate.
Stay there.
The second young man, I got to know him as a sophomore. He came back to us. He went away for a year to a Catholic school
realized that it couldn't compare to Valley View, so he came back to us, to Bolingbrook High School. And I told him when I saw him running around on the field, I said, if you listen to your coaches, you will get a scholarship. Well, Kendall Smith will be attending the University of Illinois to play for Coach Levy Smith on a full ride scholarship for football. And he's just been a great player for us. He was voted the team MVP about a week ago at our banquet. And we're very proud of this young man and both these young men. And I will say this now, we can't compete with that 4.2, but I think we have a 3.2 and a 2.8 right here, which isn't too shabby, but you know, it'll still get you into college. So thank you all very much.
Now the desk.
I remember you, bud. How are you? Good to see you. You're faster. You're faster.
I couldn't. I did not even know. Nice job, Coach. Oh my God. Congratulations. Good work. Keep it up. Congratulations.
I coached young Mr. Smith when he was in flag football, and he could run then, and he's faster now than he was then, I'm sure. Can't teach speed, right? You can just make it better. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great evening. Bolingbrook Lions Club. Gentlemen, if you please join me at the dais, or the podium. As a matter of fact, is there any other Bolingbrook Lions here tonight? Past Gavage, come on up here. Dr. Wood, come on up here. Anybody else? It's my great pleasure to be able to do this evening, and I've been a member of the Lions Club for probably more years than I can remember. Care to announce these guys have been Lions Club members a lot longer than me, a few of them. But with that, I want to thank them for bringing an idea to us. And I'll let Joe or Ron talk a little bit about it. President of Bolingbrook Lions Club, Joe Vineyard, and go right ahead and tell us what you got.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Just to tell you a little bit about the Lions Club, we're the largest service organization in the world currently. We have 1.4 million volunteers worldwide, so we try to serve the community any way we can, but our top priorities are to help people in need, with either vision or hearing issues. So, and in particular, one of our big areas of focus is doing screenings for young children. And the reason that's so important is if you can catch an issue early on with a young child and get it corrected and addressed, it has a profound impact on their development. So that's a big issue for us. So with that setting, I'm very proud on behalf of all the Bolingbrook Lions to present this check tonight to the Valley View School District. This check will help fund the eye screenings for all 672 kindergartners for this year.
Hey Larry, you want to do a picture? Oh, you took one? In that case, never mind. Gentlemen, thank you. And Lion Mick Cozy was here as well. I didn't see him sneaking behind me. And Eddie, thank you. Appreciate it. You bet. Thanks, guys. Safe travels. Stay warm. But really, it shouldn't go unrecognized. Mr. Spindell came to me a couple years ago and said, hey, we got an idea. Through the foundation, we think we can raise some money. I don't know exactly what is in here, but I'm sure it's a nice check. And for them to just come up with this idea that we want to do something in our community. Lions do fundraising for things across the United States and the world, but for Ron and Joel to come and ask if they could, I mean, they ask us if they could help us raise money to do something. I'm like, you could do that every week. Come up with a new idea and we'll take your money. So, but gentlemen, thank you so much, and please extend my warmest thanks to all my fellow Lions. And I know you guys have a meeting this evening, so thank you very much. Have a great night. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. So now I would like to invite to the podium former quitter, member of the school board, Crystal Hansen, if you would please. So many years ago, several years ago, not many, but several years ago, talked to Crystal about running for school board, and she said she would be interested, and she was a great candidate and a fantastic board member. She became vice president of the board because fellow board members recognized her contributions not only to the community, but to the Valley View community, not just her church, not just Bolingbrook, but then the bigger global community as well. She's an accomplished author. She's a fantastic public speaker. When this town has gone, and this district has gone through some very painful experiences, the loss of life of some of our students, this lady has been a pillar, and she always knows the right thing to say. Part of that is professional training, I think, but more than anything, it's from the sincerity of her heart. And when you look her in the eye and you're hurting and you know the families are hurting, this lady right here is a gift from God. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and my family for your dedication to the community. I'm very sad you're leaving. That's why I call her a quitter, because I tear up if I think she's leaving, because I know she is, but I joke with her. But on behalf of the board, we have a little resolution that I'll read. You can hold your copy and I'll read this copy. How about that? Resolution 1566, honoring the public service of Crystal Hansen. Whereas Crystal Hansen has loyally served the Valley View School District community and students as a board member since 2011, and whereas Crystal has further served her community as lead pastor of Living Water Community Church for 22 years and an accomplished author and teacher, and whereas Crystal Hansen was instrumental in launching the Valley View School Fans, Friends, and Neighbors Supporting Students Network, and has volunteered her time and energy as co-founder and current chair, and whereas Crystal Hansen further served her community as former member of the Bolingbrook High School Instructional Design Committee, first chair of Building Academic Achievement within the Generation BAAWG, the BOG, the Valley View Area Coalition for Youth, Valley View Area Coalition for Homeless Youth Task Force, and the Leadership Committee for the Valley View Center for Community Concerns. And whereas Crystal Hansen and her husband Ken and their 3 children, Ryan, Renee, and Eric, were awarded the 2014 Bolingbrook Family of the Year for their family's 20-plus years of volunteering and service to the Village of Bolingbrook and Will County-based agencies, and where Crystal Hansen and her husband Ken have raised 3 fine children, all of whom graduated from BHS, and whereas Crystal Hansen has earned the respect of Valley View School 365U and elected officials from around the area and the state, I might add, whereas Crystal Hansen will long be remembered for her numerous contributions to the well-being of the Valley View School District, the community, and the students. Now, therefore, be it resolved on this 12th day of December in the year 2016 that the Valley View School District 365U Board of Education, the faculty and staff are extremely grateful for the dedication, commitment, and passion for which Crystal Hansen approached her board education responsibilities on behalf of the children of Valley View. We will miss her greatly, and we will wish her nothing but the best as she pursues the next phase of her life and career. And from me, thank you so very much. And as a token of our appreciation, you get your stamp with your signature on it, which is kind of nice. So I'll stamp your. And then we have a couple other parting gifts from us, and I have a card in here too as well. So I want to, again, thank you. And the microphone is yours if you choose to speak. How about you grab the mic?
I need a party picture with everybody. Oh, you want me to grab the mic? Okay. Well, I just wasn't expecting all that, but thank you very much, everyone, and I didn't want to cry. Oh, well, I'm going to try. Okay. 25 years in the Bolingbrook community, raising our family. I'm very, very proud of this community and of our school district. and both communities of Romeoville and Bolingbrook. It's been an honor to serve thousands of families that first started coming to our church and our congregation, many students that came through our youth ministries, many people who called Living Water their home. And then what an honor that was given to me to serve on the school board, as well as some of the different community that you listed, very many of those. I love our community. I still love our community. And it will always be very special in our hearts because our children grew up, and Ms. Kinder was a teacher. Jackie Mitchum was a teacher as well to my kids, and so a lot of intertwining of lives and investments, both some contributions that I made and many, many contributions that this community made. I'm very proud to have been an elected official here in our communities. I talk all the time about the stability and the hearts of those that have served this community are good, good people. And I'm often asked, well, are you going to go and run again? And I was like, well, no, not really. And then, of course, we move into our new home, and I need someone to come look at something going on in our home. And he walks through the door, hands me his card, and here he's a county board member out there. And I went, oh, isn't that interesting? So I tell him where I come from, and da-da-da-da. And he goes, well, would you like, we have an open seat, and we need somebody. And I'm like, slow down, because I don't even know what this community is like. So we'll see. But overall, thank you very much for giving me the privilege of serving, and I'm just very, very honored. To all of my fellow board members and the administration team, it's been a great pleasure working with all of you guys, getting to know you, and having fun, having laughs, becoming friends, sharing in from holiday parties and birthday celebrations and all of that. So, and I do have to say thank you to Jim. When he was 12. When he was principal at high school, we had a certain situation within our family, and he was there for us. And so I greatly appreciate that. And so to serve alongside of you has been an honor, and alongside of all of you has been an honor. So thank you so much. You will be missed. I will miss you all. I'm done.
And her parting gift is her nameplate. So thank you. Oh yeah, she wants to do a picture with everybody. We all come up.
Okay. You guys too. Huh? I got tweeted on pictures.
We were going to get her a pony as a parting gift, but
She's got two. She's got two.
she's already got one or two, so. For those of you who remember the Saturday Night Live bit, A, number one, you're old, but two, it's kind of not that funny anyway. So next up on the board agenda, Chris, are you going to stick around? Are you going to stick around? Okay, you're going to go. Uh-huh, there you go. All right, well, safe travels and have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you. Let's see, resolution. We did that resolution. I don't think we would go through that again. Board liaison reports. From my left.
Okay, I've got a couple. The academic committee met today. We discussed facts at the middle school, and somebody had brought that to our attention. And Jane Addams currently, while facts is not supported as a curriculum, Jane Addams does do it as an extracurricular thing, and any and all schools are encouraged to do that if they would like to. We also talked about reflective coaches. The question came up whether reflective coaches would continue next school year, and at this point we see no reason that they would not. The administration indicated that the roles and duties of the reflective coaches are different at the different levels. At elementary school level, the reflective coaches seem to also be serving as instructional coaches. So there is a lot of merit to what they're doing. Another question came up about student accountability regarding homework and the 90-10 policy, and Dr. Mitchum explained the reasoning behind the policy and indicated that we should try to refer to this as mastery learning versus 90-10. There was also a question that came up about if there's a matrix used to place 8th graders into high school classes. There is no hard and set rubric on this, although standardized test scores are the starting point for determining where a student is placed. And then also I was in an early childhood center meeting. Plans are well underway for the development of the early childhood center expansion in this building, with plans to open for the 2017-18 school year. And they fully expect this to be built out and ready to go. And the district's safety committee plans are continue for the school safety conference, which will be held in September of 2017.
From my right.
Just one brief one in regards to Wilco Career Center. They have their Christmas luncheon that's prepared totally and completely from the classes at the center. That's this Wednesday at 12 noon. Tickets are sold out, but if anybody does or cares to attend, reach out to me. I think I can probably find you a seat
So
at
what's
one
the
of
time
the
and date
tables.
again?
It's this Wednesday at noon at Wilco.
Okay. Thank you. Any others? Alrighty. Let's go BHS. Let's go RHS first. Come on up. High school board liaisons, fire when ready. Please introduce yourselves for those who do not know you.
Good evening. My name is Angelica Mullen. I am a junior at Romeyville High School. We are wrapping up first semester in the next 2 weeks and thought for a presentation tonight, we would give you a quick snapshot of some of our semester highlights. We are proud that our school received several honors this year, including being named a bronze medal school by U.S. News, and we were ranked the 3rd best high school in Will County by Chicago Magazine. We also have 33 Illinois State Scholars and numerous AP Scholars. Although these accomplishments are great, what we are most proud of is the day-to-day work of our staff and student body. Our students have created Orange Ribbon Week to promote positive self-image, positive student interaction, and increased spirit throughout our building. We created a video with the help of our 2016 graduate Dalton DeVries that highlighted all the great and wonderful aspects of our school. This video promotes our Spartan values and our house way of thinking at RHS. When we interviewed the student body and our teachers, the overarching theme of what is great about our school was school spirit, involvement, diversity, and the dedication we represent. If you haven't had the chance to see this video, please check it out. Also, over 20 clubs participated in the Key Club's annual trunk or treat. At this event, hundreds of people from the community attended. This event raised over $500, which was donated to families who are fighting cancer in our Romeyville community.
Good evening, I'm Burley Johnson. National Honor Society held a food drive in November. They challenged our students and our students answered. We collected over 6,000 food, clothing, toys, books, and personal hygiene items which were donated to Daybreak Shelter. Our NHS students also volunteered over Thanksgiving break at Daybreak by cooking a meal and organizing their storeroom. As part of our Spartan values, several of our students have given presentations to the 5th graders in Valley View to teach about the importance of community service. To teach our young students the value of community service so early can enrich our community in a tremendous amount. Our band and choir programs have also been very busy this semester. They have held several concerts, and most recently, the Magical Concert was held at Mistwood Golf Club. Our band is looking forward to performing at Walt Disney World over our winter break. Lastly, our athletic teams have also had a very successful fall and winter season. Boys soccer had a great season, scoring victories all the way to sectional finals. Our girls volleyball team made it to game 2 of regionals. Also, our star cross-country runner, Justin Suits, had a personal record of 15 minutes and 51 seconds for the 3-mile. However, there is a potential for our boys and girls basketball season as it is just getting started. We are looking forward to the big RHS versus BHS game on Wednesday. Go Spartans. Overall, this semester was filled with amazing accomplishments for both our students and our community, and is one to remember. We hope to put forth the same energy into semester 2 to make it a school year that won't be forgotten. To conclude, we would like to ask the board if you would like any feedback for us to strengthen our relationship with the board members. Are there any questions you have for us to take back to our student body? Any topics you would like to investigate further? We would like to create an interactive bond between the student liaisons and members of the board to make this a meaningful experience for everyone. Thank you.
Oh, where do they see the video? On the website?
Yeah.
It's on the website? It's on the school website? Thank you. Just make sure, so people who see this.
I've seen the video. It's great.
Next up, BHS, come on up.
Can I ask one question? Did you say that kid ran 5 minutes and 5 seconds a mile for 3 miles?
So what are you saying?
Fast.
You could walk a mile in 15 minutes.
I can't run a mile. I should just say that. I can't run a mile.
There you go. All right. Please tell us, like I said, state your name so everybody knows who you are out there.
My name is Antonio Olea. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board, along with anybody in attendance. A special thank you to Dr. Mitchum. I'll start by saying how great Bolingbrook High School is doing this year. When I asked students how Bolingbrook High School feels this year compared to previous years, they all told me that they were hopeful for a consistent principal and that Dr. Gavage is just that. He has come to school in the beginning of the year with a mission and a motto, and both of them are still going strong. It is not uncommon to see Dr. Gavage in the hallways between periods, greeting students and encouraging people to make it to class on time. As a junior, I am happy and relieved to say that I have felt more confident in my school than in previous years. It is also not uncommon for students to turn in money or other items that they found. Just this morning, a student turned in money that belonged to a teacher. Bolingbrook High School is seen as a safe place. However, people don't feel as though their voices are being well enough heard. I spoke to members of the Asian American Club, PRISM, an LGBT club, and the Muslim Student Association. And when I asked how well represented they feel, they all told me that they didn't feel as represented as they'd like, and that they would love to play a bigger role in the school community. As a student liaison, it is important to me not only to represent the student body as a whole, but to give a voice to groups who need to be recognized. Nonetheless, Bolingbrook has taken big steps in encouraging personal responsibility and care for others. Earlier this month, I saw 2 ROTC students break up a verbal altercation between 2 other students. Where I was afraid to step in, they did so without hesitation. With finals coming up, tension is high, but Dr. Gavage, along with all of our teachers, are ensuring that students are calm, collected, and goal-oriented. Bolingbrook High School is pursuing towards greatness and is truly becoming a culture of kindness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board and Dr. Mitchum. My name is Nicole Walker, and I'm here today to talk about the wonderful improvements that have been made at BHS. We have started tardy sweeps that have encouraged students to arrive to class on time. And students have also noticed a change in our teachers and motivation for learning as we've had department chairs sit in our classrooms. This has also helped our teachers to have more motivation to help students with their learning. And some things that are working to be improved are students' behavior and administration's view on direct teaching. So department chairs sitting in our classes have forced the students to be acting in a more appropriate manner. And it helps with the administration's view on direct teaching that we hope to have our administration explain in depth to our teachers what the expectations are and why they are set as they are. And in our school, we are very proud of all of our academics and clubs and teams. On Thursday, our boys basketball team won against Lockport at home with 16-38. And our speech team had 2 winners at their tournament on Saturday at Naperville Central, one of them being Antonio Olea, who got 2nd place in poetry, and the other one being Nicole Walker, getting 5th place in DI. Our dance team also got 1st place in our hip-hop division, which we are very proud of at their dance competition. We have our boys wrestling team at Homewood Flossmoor at 5:30, and these events are both going to be on December 15th. And finals are starting next week on Tuesday the 20th, and the whole school has started prep to be very successful. We also have a holiday concert being held on Thursday at 6:30 and 8:30 p.m. Come see our bands and choirs give on an amazing show. You guys can buy tickets online at showtixforyou.com for $5. That is Showtix, SHOWTIX4U.com. Christmas at BHS was a campaign held by PE, health, and direct drivers ed teachers, where students were encouraged to give money to help donate to families who were in need to support their families in a great Christmas. To conclude, we would also like to congratulate all of our seniors who have been signing to colleges and been accepted to colleges during this first semester of our school year. Thank you.
While you guys are sitting there, please convey our well wishes to all of those who received Illinois State Scholar Awards as well. Those letters were in the mail last week or whenever it was. So please extend our congratulations to all the students who got those. All righty, next on the agenda. You guys don't have to stay. You got homework to do. Next on the agenda.
Thank you.
Audience participation. Anybody who would like to address the board? Seeing none, moving down the list. Student due process case. Dr. Mitchum.
Yes, I ask that the board approve student due process cases A through C as presented.
Motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Baduras?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
Yes.
Member Perro?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Ms. Kinder, if you would, please.
Yes, sir. Action Report 12.1. We are seeking your approval for the Special Education Extended School Year Program, commonly known as ESY, for the 2016-2017 school year. Full details about this program were presented at the previous board meeting, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
So moved.
Second.
Motion seconded. Is there any discussion? Any questions of Ms. Kinder? If not, roll call vote, please.
Member Baduras?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
Yes.
Member Perro?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes.
Okay, Action Report 12.2, we're presenting one policy for second read and approval. The policy is 750, school admissions and student transfers to and from non-district schools.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Baduras?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
Yes.
Member Perro?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Mr. Grisafi, please talk about the tax levy.
I've got about 10 slides I'd like to just run through, if I can, to give you a little bit of background on how our levy is formulated, beginning with where do we receive our funding. Almost 3/4 of our funding is received locally via property taxes and user fees. Those would be primarily our student fees. The state contributes 22%, excluding the TRS on behalf payment, and we receive about $6 million in federal funding. So we'll keep that 72% in mind, if you would. We set a levy with the idea that it be proportionally spread amongst all taxpayers. We do not set a rate, but we are responsible for formulating and improving an annual tax levy request. The tax cap law ensures that no individual taxpayer will see more than a 5% increase on their bill, but shifts in tax burden make it appear to homeowners that taxing bodies like school districts are asking for more. Factors such as tax appeals, exemptions, and TIFs or tax increment financing districts cause such shifts. The property tax extension limitation law more commonly known as tax caps, has been in place since 1991, and it limits the increase in an aggregate tax extension to the lesser of 5% or CPI, Consumer Price Index, as published by the U.S. Department of Labor, exclusive of any debt service that a district might carry. The CPI, or Consumer Price Index, for 2015 is set at 0.7%. This chart will illustrate for you the last 5-year average for CPI is 1.5% there, represented on the red line. The green line, the 10-year average, is 1.9%. And so I ask you to keep in mind that 3/4 of our revenue is received locally, and we are limited, we have been limited in the last 5 years in growth of 3/4 of our budget by the CPI, or 1.5%. So again, it really dictates our revenue stream, our revenue sources, with the state giving us less and less, not knowing when we're going to get it, if we're going to get it, and what we're going to get from the state. Property taxes are just a huge, reliable source of revenue for school districts across the state. And so when we hear things such as property tax freezes being discussed at the legislative level, it concerns me because, as you can see, 3/4 of our revenue is generated locally, and it's consistently received in June and September. We brought the levy to you back in November. We are required to estimate the tax levy no less than 20 days prior to its adoption. If we intended to adopt a levy in aggregate of 105%, we would be required to conduct a public hearing. We are not issuing a levy in excess of 105%, so no public hearing is necessary, but we must adopt and file with the county clerk by the last Tuesday in December our formally adopted levy. Just some brief definitions here. EAV, or Equalized Assessed Valuation, that's the total taxable value of all property within the district. It is a moving target comprised of residential, commercial, industrial classifications, which can change via Board of Review challenges. And when a challenge is granted and a petitioner has a valuation reduced, that burden, if you will, gets shifted to all the other taxpayers within the taxing boundaries. Exemptions, senior exemptions, homeowners exemptions, veterans exemptions, there's probably 8 or 9 different exemptions. When those are granted, also negatively impact tax bills of all other taxpayers. And so the legislature, again, fond of issuing those exemptions, but again, it just shifts the burden and really doesn't mean we're going to receive any less dollars. It just causes, again, a negative impact to the remaining taxpayers. This gives you an idea of 10-year history of where we've been. Back in 2007, you can see we had almost $2.7 billion of EAV, or almost a $200 million change, or an 8.2% growth year over year. 2008, right before the crash, something similar, $212 million in growth. And then the crash happened, right? Real estate values nosedived, and we received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of negative growth in EAV. Again, not just us, pretty uniform across the state. Last year was the first year we received any sort of meaningful growth, $71 million of positive growth. This year we're estimating almost $150 million of growth, or 6.9%. When you look at it from a 10-year average, negative 0.5% growth, 5-year average is 1.2% growth. As property values decline, it drives the tax rates up, and that's what people look at. Taxpayers look at their tax rate and says, why are my tax rate, it's going through the roof. Doesn't necessarily mean they're paying more. They might pay the same, they might pay a little bit less, but they're looking at the tax rate going, what's going on? And it really is commensurate with the decline in property values. This year, with the growth being close to 7%, we anticipate the tax rate declining by almost 26 cents. Just give you an idea of the makeup of our property. We've got 80% in DuPage Township, 20% in Lockport Township, 58.5% residential, 26% industrial, and the balance being commercial, farm, and railroad. Improvements or additions to existing property on any parcel that increases the assessed value of a property is labeled as new property, and that's added to our equalized assessed value. and thus adds to our levy. New property taxes are collected beyond the capped levy amount, so they are excluded from the tax cap, and that's specific to the tax cap legislation. If we do not capture all of the new EAV in the first year as it comes on the tax rolls, you can never capture it again in the future as new property. So that's kind of an important concept. The other primary component of our tax levy is debt service. This has been predetermined by prior action of school boards related to bonds, either sold or refinanced. The schedule is set at that time, and no further action is really necessary. The county clerk will extend taxes for debt service based upon resolutions filed for each year such a levy is required. Key takeaways for the 16 levy: our operating levy, including all funds except debt service, is being requested at $143,079,000, which is a 1.45% increase over last year's request, or a 4.98% over the actual extension. We will not receive that much, but it does allow us flexibility to move monies around as need be once we know the exact EAV and the exact amount of new property. And that's included in your packet in terms of the calculations. The debt service tax extension will increase by $2.4 million to almost just under $30 million, or an 8.8% increase. The total levy request for 16 is $173 million. We will not receive that much, as I indicated, but we are requesting more due to EAV and new property being unknown. Our best guess as to what we will actually receive due to being limited to that CPI of 0.7 is $139 million, or $2.7 million in new operating revenue, which equates to a 1.12% increase in operational revenue. Overall, the expected levy increase, including new property and debt service, based on our best guess, equals $5.1 million, or 3.16%.
So,
I do have a question.
do we have
At
to
this time, I'm recommending we adopt the 2016 tax levy resolution 1567 as presented.
motion to approve, accept?
So moved. Second.
Motion and seconded. Discussion, please.
Gary, on about the third or fourth slide. Right there.
Yeah, at the bottom.
At the bottom, you said 0.7%. Is it 0.7 or 0.07?
On the next page, it's 0.7.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is 0.7. You're right. It's 0.7, not 0.07.
Not 700ths, but 7/10ths?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
0.7. Yes.
Any other questions, discussion? We have a motion and we have a second to set the tax levy. So if there is no further, a roll call vote would be in order.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
Yes.
Member Peril?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes.
Action Report 13.2 is a proposal that we brought to you as an information report in November. It is a proposal that has White Construction Services providing construction management similar to the services they previously provided to us, including what was used to construct our full-day kindergarten projects. They will provide required bidding for all trades for construction and closeout of the entire project. The trades will be competitively bid to maximize the cost savings potential, and they will be selecting lowest qualified bids as received through the understanding of the project scope and schedule. As Ms. Perro indicated, our timeline is to have all of the spaces ready for the 17-18 school year, with targeted occupancy for the admin center being February 13th. That will leave approximately 6 months to convert this existing ad center into the expanded 12 classrooms. At this time, I am recommending approval of the professional service proposal delivery agreement with White Construction as presented, subject to final attorney approval.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion or questions? The reason that you do a professional service contract is because White and Company or any other construction management firm can beat up the bidders, as it were, to get the best price. They're not bound by necessarily the first offer, as it were, as we would be if we just did a competitive bid. It's a much better deal for any government entity when they use those type of arrangements. So it's a good idea, and thank you, Gary. Any other comments or questions? Roll call vote would be in order.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
Yes.
Member Peril?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yes. Next, certified personnel, Ms. Hawks.
Thank you, President Quigley. This evening, Action Report 14.1. We're seeking your approval on the Consolidated Action Report for certified and classified personnel. There's 41 items for certified personnel, 66 for classified personnel, 1 for classified administrative, and 4 for certified administrative personnel. So move.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
Yes.
Member Peril?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yes.
My second action report this evening, 14.2, is resolution number 1568. We're seeking the board's approval of the multi-year employment contract for Dr. Jason Pascavage as the principal of Bolingbrook High School. The multi-year contract would be from July 1st, 2017 to June 30th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
No.
Member Zach?
Abstain.
Member Peril?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yes.
And final action report this evening is 14.3, resolution number 1569, authorizing the dismissal of educational support personnel employee for reasons other than reduction in force.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Badouris?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Zach?
I abstain.
Member Peril?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Felice?
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yes. Next up, information reports, board policies.
Yes, information report 15.1, we are presenting 2 policies for first reading. Board Policy 4120, Nutrition Services, and Board Policy 460, Purchases and Contracts.
I am assuming that these are as required by the Illinois State Board of Education and keeping us in compliance.
That is absolutely correct, and have been subject to legal review and are being presented for amendment to the board.
Thank you very much. Anybody have any questions before we move to the next one? Investment information report.
As is typical at this time of year, we bring you an annual investment report as prepared by Joanne Borg, our Treasurer and Director of Accounting. Just like to point out a few takeaways, if you will. On the right-hand side, you'll have the percentage of our portfolio. Just under 40% is liquid in interest-bearing accounts, meaning it's basically accessible data on a daily basis. We've got 44% of our portfolio that is invested anywhere from 180 to 360 days. We've got 17% of our portfolio that would be invested out longer than 1 year. Interest rates are between 0.35 and 0.15, and the common question is, well, why would we take anything less than 1.5? And that's because those investments represent a much longer time horizon, with just over 1% of our portfolio being invested in anything that's generating close to 1.5. So overall, our portfolio is generating about 0.5% in interest earnings, which if you look at the chart on page 3, you'll see that that's the highest interest rate we've had since 2010. Interest as a percentage of revenue is a paltry 0.11%, but it is higher than anything we've received since 2013. So again, things seem to be picking up somewhat. I hesitate to say it's anything to celebrate, but when the Fed increased the interest rate in December of 2015, we thought rates might be going up. It's been slow to happen, but again, it's beats the alternative. So again, really just presented for your information to give you a sense of where we stand with our investments in a kind of a quick snapshot. So I don't know if you have any questions.
Any questions on this from Gary, or of Gary? The interest market, since I've been on this board, was really good, and then it was really, really bad, and now it's not much better than really bad.
Yeah.
So you just keep plugging along, doing what you do, try to get us as much as you can. And we are limited by what we can invest in, so there's a certain things, you just can't go out and play the stock market like a, like somebody who would be a day trader. It's very limited markets what you can do. So when Gary finds the right things and the investment advisors, we do the best we can. So thanks for being good stewards of the extra cash, Joanne, and doing what we can do to keep the costs down for everything else. Next, legal services report.
No report.
AFT report. No report. Valley View Council report. No report. Thank you. Office Personnel Council report. No report. Any old business before the board this evening? Any new business before the board this evening? Any questions from the public on actions we have taken this evening? Any announcements by the board?
Just a couple of quick ones. First, I'd like to welcome Mr. Zach. It's a welcome addition to our board, and look forward to working with you. And I'd like to congratulate Dr. Gavage on what was passed tonight. I think that sends a clear message as to the focus and the direction of where Bolingbrook High School needs to go. And lastly, I'd like to wish everybody a very safe and happy holiday season, and from my family to everybody's Merry Christmas.
If I might, while you're talking about Dr. Gavage, I want to congratulate you on being named Principal of the Year by the Three Rivers Council of Illinois State High School Association. I don't know how many schools are in the Three Rivers. Maybe Liz can.
Two
schools. This two. But congratulations by being named Principal of the Year, and that's an award by his. You're number one. But I don't know, since I've been on the board, if we've had any principals that have been Principal of the Year, but it's recognized by your peers, and it's a great honor. So keep doing what you're doing, and congratulations on that. And I do, on behalf of my family and everybody else, wish everybody a great Christmas. And as I've said many, many times before, we have food pantries. We have a lot of people who aren't as fortunate as some of us in this room. Please recognize that. Do what you can do. Do a little extra via you donating through your church, some other community places that you might find. There's coats for kids, toys for tots, all kinds of different things that are out there. And like I said, local food pantries. There's always somebody who can use a little extra help. There's Operation Christmas. There's on and on and on. If you want to give a few bucks or a toy or whatever it is, you don't have to look very far as a place to find to do that. So with that being said, a motion. Oh, I'm sorry. That's announcement by the board. If there's any announcements by the administration.
I would like to announce that I can't announce, but I will announce a national recognition award that Valley View School District is receiving that is currently under quarantine, but by the next board meeting I'll be able to tell you what that is. But I'm very proud.
As long as you're not on quarantine.
No.
You're in quarantine.
On behalf of Bob Bukowski, I just have to keep the tradition going. You always want Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody.
Any announcements by the public? Motion to adjourn would be in order. Oh, wait, you know what? Wait a second. Before we do that, Mr. Zach, do you have anything you want to say? Whatever. We didn't really give you the chance to.
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody. It'll be a pleasure to serve with you for the next 5 months until the election. And I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you.
I would also like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you haven't gotten into the Christmas spirit already or are having trouble getting into the Christmas spirit, go to one of the high school Christmas concerts or one of the middle school or elementary Christmas concerts this year, and you will walk away with a uplifted feeling and ready for the holidays.
Motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Drive safe and stay warm.